What's the best chicken restaurant? Popeyes is oversaturated, but literally, there's a lot of salt there, but it's pretty good. Okay, let's get dressed. Give me up, please. Thank you. God. All right. So, today we're going to be cooking my classic chicken. People always ask me, Nathan, what's your favorite type of chicken? How do you like to prepare it? Are you a big cook? Yada, yada. To answer that, slow cooked, also slow cooked, not really like to slow cook, to answer those three questions. And today I'm going to show you exactly how I eat pretty much, I would say 95% of the chicken I consume. Like, I love Popeyes, I love yada yada, but 95% of the chicken I consume is chicken that I have slow cooked like this. I am looking into other things like, you know, an immersion circulator, stuff like that. There's all kinds of great ways to cook chicken. I'm not a big barbecue guy. I really am not a fan of oven cooked or damn stove cooked chicken. I hate that. It's so hard to get a good balance. Like, you can kind of do stuff where you like get the outside nice and crispy on the stove and you put it in the oven, but that's like an hour's worth of work for a chicken that I am not such a big guy on. Like, not dry is the right word, but like crunchy chicken. I like really like soft, moist chicken. Also, because it reheats really well. If you do it through the method that we're gonna be doing today, which is again going to be slow cooking. A slow cooker. Okay, so nothing ultimate accompaniment, the ultimate cooker's tool. Corona and cooking goes well, they're together so well. Anyways, so this is again 95% of the chicken I eat is through this means. It's super simple, and as you can see right there is my slow cooker. Literally older than me, almost older. I think it might legitimately be older than my parents. It's my grandmother's from the literal 60s. Super old, still works fine, and most importantly, it's just easy. That's the thing. This isn't necessarily it's not necessarily it's not really difficult. It's cheap, it's easy, and the best part of all, I talk about this every time I do this on stream, is that I famously will like go to school. I will go to work. I'll have a whole day. I'll go to sleep right beforehand. I put this in there, and then I will come back the next day or whatever after 8 hours. You can leave it in here for 4 hours. We're gonna do 4 hours tonight because I can't be streaming all night. But you can leave it for 8 hours. You can even leave it for 10 hours. The longer you leave it, the better it's gonna be. I also like to marinate my chicken beforehand so it's better seasoned and stuff like that. But it'd kind of be a boring video because marination actually makes the whole process easier because you put all the stuff we're gonna put into a plastic bag, leave it overnight, the chicken's nice and seasoned, and you just dump it all in the bag. That's it. That's literally it. You dump it all the bag into the slow cooker and you're done. That's the whole prep process. It's so easy. I'm gonna do an easy version. I'm gonna teach you guys how to make it a little bit yummier. How to Banana, thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. Good plug, safety here. If you have a Twitch Prime, hey, there back and using your boy who's about to teach you how to make yummy chicken here. So let's start off with the chicken breast that I should be cutting first, because you can just drop your chicken breast into your wholesale, but in my opinion, it doesn't soak up as well. The thinner the chicken is, the more juices it sucks up and the tastier it's going to be. So we're going to start with chopping our chicken up. Okay, so now my monitor's in the way. How are we going to do this? So you guys can see me chop the chicken. It's not exciting. It's also something you should definitely be doing in a kitchen and washing your hands frequently, because raw chicken juices are nothing to mess with. And if they get in your hands and you eat them, you could get salmonella. So I'm going to be extremely careful with this and do a couple of awkward trips to the bathroom adjacent to my room here. But for you guys who may not be chicken experts, I would recommend you do it in a kitchen like a normal person. So we're opening up the package here. Bring the camera. I mean, it's attached to my computer, my webcam, so I would love to bring it with me to the kitchen, but alas. Oh, baby. Delicious. The bot stream. I can't show my chicken breast. Use your phone? I don't know how to do that. Kind of works. Okay. I'm just gonna chop it up a little bit. It's also worth noting that chicken thighs work for this too. It's really, really tasty, but again, I'm gonna be very careful. I'm only gonna touch the chicken with this left hand. I'm not gonna touch anything else until I wash it. So I'm not being too fancy with this, not cutting against the grain. I just want like smaller pieces. It's easier to move around in the crock pot when you're kind of swirling it up and getting the juices going. But most importantly, it just lets the liquid permeate it a little bit better, and it's tasty. There's one. So nothing remotely fancy here. Sharp knife does help, actually. Sharp knife is one of those things that's like, it's obvious, like, yeah, we get it, you want a sharp knife. But like, you get a sharp knife and I'm like, holy shit, this is easier. What have I been doing? I've been hacking at my onions with like a paint scraper. Okay, so that is a pretty good starting point there. What's up, Clemente? Then we're gonna drop this in. Like I said, I'm gonna be very careful with this cutting board. I'm gonna be very careful with my hands. I'm gonna go wash it right away. Okay, so again, I want to stress how easy this is. We literally, in terms of money, we have put in the cost of the chicken. That's it alone. And again, if you're trying to eat inexpensively, I can't recommend chicken enough, because if you're buying at the right sources, it's one of the cheapest forms of protein. And you might be like, okay, but what if I don't have enough money for protein? Protein's pretty expensive for the most part. Well, protein actually fills you up more than like carbs and fats and shit. So like, if you ate like 80 grams of protein versus 80 grams of carbs, you're gonna be hungry again in like 30 minutes, maybe 2 hours after carbs. Protein fills you up, and of course it like makes you big and strong. So you gotta have the protein, you gotta be eating the chicken. So chicken, you should be eating it. You should be having 1 or 2 sources of meat every day. This is important. People don't eat enough protein. And this is a great way to do it, very cheap. So in terms of cost of what we've done so far, that is it. Now, I'm going to show like an easy way to do this recipe and a hard way. If you're like intimidated remotely by cooking, again, you don't even have to cut that up. You can just put the chicken breast in plain. I just prefer it cut up. So first we're going to do that. Next, I'm going to get my barbecue sauce here. Even if you're not a big barbecue person, actually, again, barbecue sauce is another one of those things that I can see people not being a big fan of. But I'm really a big barbecue sauce guy ever. I don't use it for anything but this recipe, but it does help out a lot with this. So I'm literally just gonna like slather this shit on it. You know, I'll often go through like the better part of a bottle. You know, I don't know what bottle you guys have locally, but like a small whatever bottle. This is a big one, obviously, but I'll do the better part of that. And next, you can just leave it like that. You can honestly, here's again to stress the easiness. You could put the lid on right now. Turn it on, you're done. That you could cook the process like this. Everything past this point is my preference, because if you want to level up, so like it's kind of like those videos where it's like multiple levels of like blah blah blah. Here's multiple levels of Nathan chicken. So again, we're talking about literally, you know, several sources of protein for you for like the whole week off of the base price of the chicken plus some barbecue sauce. Easy, super handy, blah blah blah. But if you want to level up a little bit, again, not very cost efficient at all. And again, I can't stress enough, it's super easy. If you don't have a slow cooker, also buy one. They're like $40, and I gotta cook everything from it, even beyond slow cook stuff. Chicken soup's really good from slow cooker. Okay, but I'm gonna start to season it. And to reiterate, you can get a bag in advance and put all the seasoning with the chicken, leave it overnight so it really soaks in those seasonings, all those juices and stuff like that, and that'll be delicious. But that would have made a very boring tutorial right now, because I would have just gotten a bag and poured it in. So instead, I'm going to show you this in advance, and this works too if you're too lazy to do it the night before. So first, we're going to season it. Oh, first, actually, I'm going to put I like to use chicken stock. Also really cheap. Just helps it like be a little bit more moist, which I like. So this is on me. I don't like using like a dry slow cooker really, but anyways. That's that. next up, we are going to add stuff to my preference. So here's some soy sauce. Wonder if I can put the cam here. Oh, this is next level streaming. Okay, so next we're gonna put in some soy sauce. Kosher salt works really well too, but I just, I like soy sauce. Tastes good to me. I actually think in particular the combination of soy sauce and Frank's hot sauce is really, really good. I'm gonna be throwing that in too. So I'm pretty aggressive with it, to be honest. Also a little bit diluted by the chicken stock. I'm pretty aggressive with that. I like it nice and salty. Pepper, of course. Don't need so much. Garlic and onion is great. I did not in advance prepare garlic, which I should have. Instead, we're gonna be using some minced garlic too. But hot sauce I mentioned, really good. Combines with the, honestly, if you put enough in like I do, it's almost more of a Frank's hot sauce season thing than it is a barbecue sauce. And it's the most classic like frat boy recipe in the world. But hey, it's cheap, it's effective, it's fun. I just think the combination, I'm a simple guy. I think the combination of barbecue sauce and Frank's and soy sauce is really good. That's the predominant amount of the flavor there. But so we're gonna have that. I put some pepper in. We are also going to do some minced onion powder, not too much. We're gonna put some red pepper flakes for the heat. I have GERD, I really should not be doing, but so good. Speaking of heat, just a little bit of Frank's Red Hot seasoning too. Not necessary at all. I don't know, I just like this stuff. And of course the garlic powder. And that's literally it. Crap, I forgot a spatula. This will be interesting. Here's a knife I use to cook stuff, I guess. So again, you can leave that on high for like 4 hours. We're gonna be doing, it's the case of a single stream here. You can leave it on high for 4 hours. You can leave it on low for 8 to 10 hours. You can mix and match that, of course. We're just gonna be doing about 4 hours. It's already gonna be like 1 o'clock by the time this is ready, actually. So this is a late stream for me as it stands right now. What's up, Doug? So yeah, that's it. It's all done. We're gonna let that cook. Super, super simple. I'm gonna find a place to plug this in, actually. Shit. Congratulations, you've cooked some chicken. I think that's on. Yeah, that's how I make chicken. You guys can stop freaking asking me, Nathan, how do you like chicken? Nathan, do you really like chicken? Yes, I am probably every day eating chicken made in this fashion once or twice a day. Really good. It goes well with rice. You know, I can even mix this in, even though it's barbecue, it sounds gross. It's honestly not that strong of a flavor. You can mix this into like pasta or something. I don't know. I find it really is not a loud flavor at all. It's fine. It's really good that I'll eat it plain at the end of stream here. Yeah. What's the Nathan cooking? Pretty good. Now watch this. Let's look how soft this is. This is difficult to do. It just completely falls apart when I even push it with my fork. That's a terrible demonstration. I push lightly with my fork, it falls apart. Even just pushing it, that it completely falls apart. And the best thing about this is it freezes excellently. So you just take it to the microwave. I put it in little baggies, and it'll like stay on frozen super nicely. It reheats really well. It keeps that moisture you think it would. There's no way it retains this thing you're gassing on about like in like 2 weeks. It does. It's really good. It reheats really nicely. So it's plain, like it's barbecue chicken, a little bit spicy. I like a lot of salt. And again, it's just so tender. It's just so tender. It just melts in your mouth. It's no effort to chew. Goes beautifully with rice. That's the main thing. Is like I ate so much chicken and rice that they just are a pair made in heaven. The fact that it reheats well. The hell is this? That's my least favorite thing about watching like cooking shows, or like home cooking shows, where people have to eat it afterwards, and like they do this whole like, it's so good. It's delicious. Like it's chicken. It's slow cooked chicken. I prefer this texture. You might prefer to have a bit of a crunchy exterior. This is how I most like my chicken. And again, the fact that it's cheap as hell, easy to customize, easy. What did we do today? We just brew all this shit in the slow cooker, played video games for 4 hours, and now I get to eat. Low effort. Cleaning up's pretty easy too. I can't speak highly enough about it. If you don't have a slow cooker, get on it, so you can join the chicken lifestyle. Again, I'll repeat it. You should all be eating chicken once a day. Good source of protein. And I'm not. And the stream doesn't end until you eat all of this chicken. Buckle up, gamers. We're here all night until I finish. So, that's how we make it. And for the YouTube sake, see you next time. Okay, so now I gotta clean up here. This will take about, I don't know. I'm not sure how long this will take.